Today, I'm going to show you how to make spicy cheese enchiladas. These are so good. And I'm going to show you how to make Mexican rice with veggies. This is going to be good. I'm starting with the enchilada sauce. 12 guajillo chiles that I removed the stems and seeds from. I've placed them in a pot. I'm going to give them a good rinse and then fill the pot with water. Now I'm going to turn on the heat, and you'll want to bring the pot of water up to a boil. I'm adding a small piece of onion, several cloves of garlic. These are small, 1 or 2 works. I'm going to cover with a lid, and like I said, bring it up to a boil. I'm going to let it boil for about 3 to 5 minutes. Then I'm going to shut off the heat, and you'll want to let these steep for about 15 to 20 minutes. After everything has soaked and steeped, it's time to puree this. I'm going to add all of the chilies, onion, and garlic into my blender cup. Once I have everything in the blender cup, I'm going to add some of the soaking liquid. You can start with a cup and work your way up from there. Now a teaspoon of chicken bouillon powder. I'm also going to add around 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to cover with a lid, and I'm going to puree. And I know some of my viewers see this small piece of chili on the side, so I'm going to push that down for you all. And then continue the process. Puree very well. So the enchilada sauce is done at this point, but the spicy comes from chipotle peppers. I'm going to add 1 chipotle pepper. You can add 1 or 2. If you add 2, it'll definitely be spicy. I'm just shooting for a medium spice level. And if you don't want spice, leave it out. So I'm going to puree that well once again. Now I'm going to add it into a preheated pot with cooking oil, and I'm going to bring it up to a gentle simmer. You'll give it a taste and adjust the seasoning and salt to your preference. You can also strain this, but mine was pureed well. So I'm going to add a pinch more of salt. Give it a mix, and when it's done, you'll shut off the heat and just let it cool a bit before working with it. So now let me show you how I make the rice. In a preheated pan, I'm going to add a little bit of cooking oil. I've already rinsed and drained my rice. It's kind of dry, so I'm breaking it apart, and I'm going to add it right into my preheated pan, and it's over a low to medium low heat, and you're going to gradually and slowly toast your rice until it becomes fragrant and it's like this light golden brown color. I'm going to add a little bit of roughly chopped onion into the mix. That'll make things very aromatic. Give it a mix, continue toasting the rice. And I'm also going to add a teaspoon of crushed cumin seeds with black peppercorns. You could also just use ground cumin and cracked black pepper, but this is what I'm working with today. And I'm going to warm that spice through. Here I have 2 large Roma tomatoes that I just cut and remove the center and the seeds, and they're ready for the blender cup. I'm gonna add that in. I'm gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of chicken bouillon powder. Here I have 2 3/4 cups of water. I'm gonna add that. Now I'm gonna add 2 cloves of garlic, cover the blender cup, and puree well. Once that is blended up, I'm gonna add it right into my pan. At this point, I'm just going to gently mix it very quickly. You don't want to overmix the rice. Now I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 8 ounces of mixed vegetables. This was a 10-ounce bag. I used some of it, so it's around 8 ounces. And these are thawed. If you put them in frozen, it'll bring down the temp of your pan too low. So I cover with the lid, bring to a rapid simmer, and I'm going to lower the heat. Let this cook for about somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes on a low simmer. And after about 15 to 20 minutes, without lifting the lid, it's done. So now I'm going to shut off the heat and still keep the lid on, don't lift it, and just set it aside and let it set with the lid on for about 10 minutes. Now it's time to make the enchiladas. I have 10 ounces of crumbled queso fresco. I'm adding fresh onion, and I'm going to give it a mix. You can just use all cheese without the onion, but I love the combination of cheese and onion. But it is up to you. Give that a good mix. What I'm going to do next is preheat a pan on low with a little bit of cooking oil. I have my plate ready because once these are done, you got to plate them up. So dunk a cold corn tortilla in the sauce. Kind of shake off the excess. Now add it to your pan. Have it over a low heat setting and let it gently sizzle. So I'm going to cook on one side, and then I'm going to flip it onto the other. Once I give it a flip, it's time to add the cheese. I'm going to add several tablespoons of this crumbled mixture. And then I'm going to gently fold it over on both sides. You can just fold it once, almost like a taco, but I'm just going to go for both sides and fold it to the center. And then you let it cook and heat through in your pan. You can use a larger pan and do several at a time, but I just wanted to do one at a time to kind of control the popping and sizzling. So I'm going to plate it and repeat the process. I'm going to serve about 3 of these on a plate per person. So now I have 3 on a plate, and I'm going to finally lift the lid on the rice, and you fluff and serve. And this rice is what I would consider a wet rice. Some of you like a wet sticky rice, some of you like that dry fluffy rice. This one is wet, mainly because of the extra moisture from the veggies. So I'm going to garnish my enchiladas with queso fresco, a little extra on top. Here I'm going to add Mexican sour cream. And then I'm just going to garnish with a little bit of fresh parsley. And that's it. Garnish how you like. But this plate is delicious. So I hope you like this recipe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.